Welcome back to 1090, everyone. I am Andy. This is Todd. And with us today, a very special guest joining us all the way from Atwater, California, Mr. David Souza from Corbin Cash. We are thrilled to have him here. We are really excited to bring to you our very first single barrel from Corbin Cash, a 9.5-year Merced Rye, which is absolutely gorgeous, amply called Rye and Affection. You'll see our beautiful faces on the back of that label. But this is a absolutely stunning rye. We think you're going to love it. And I'm going to turn it over to David, who is joining us today to tell you a little bit more about it.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me. Glad to be out in Baltimore. First time out here. This is awesome. Very beautiful day. And yeah, so we're, a 107-year-old farm, sweet potatoes, rye, and almonds, and started the distillery about 14 years ago. And just, initially a business decision and fell in love with making whiskey. Like now I would do it for free.
And good whiskey it is. Yeah. I remember I was out there in March of in 2024, and I fell in love instantly with this barrel, which ironically had sold on it because I don't think David wanted to get rid of it. But this particular barrel is something extra special. So should we kind of dive in a little bit here?
Yeah, this was this was actually it was said sold because it was one I wanted to release.
Thank you, David. Thank you.
No, it's.
Oh man, on the nose.
I'm just so glad that you guys picked it.
So you guys have bought this. You scanned in. You're seeing this now. So these are our tasting notes. You might have something different. What do we get initially on the nose, guys?
Oh, man.
You definitely get some burnt sugar on there, some vanilla, almost like a vanilla ice cream type.
Yeah.
You get
vanilla icing.
Some of those dried apricots, I think.
Yeah.
When we were
little dried apricot, butterscotch.
The proof on this, by the way,
136. Yeah, 136.
And the nose, the aromatics on this coming off, you would never believe it was that high. Absolutely gorgeous nose. Yeah,
that's the initial notes on those. Let's taste this.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers. Cheers.
Oh my. I tell you what, I can't wait for you guys. Maybe you've already tried this when you're watching this. It's so layered. It's so complex of a rye. It's something I've never tasted in a rye before, and I love that.
Yeah, the barrel has done wonders to this.
Oh, the finish.
It's not overly oaked at all, but it's done just enough to make everything kind of come together and coalesce into this, what I think is one of the most perfect ryes that we've had in a long time. Absolutely gorgeous. Not too hot for the proof, but a beautiful spicy finish that's nice and sweet also on the back end. What are your thoughts, David?
Yeah, it's like the spice notes come up in the front, but when you let it sit for a minute, it's like there's a sweetness on the finish. Mm-hmm. But like we were talking earlier, you get these dried fruit notes, the dried apricot, these butterscotch notes, and we go back to, now that we've been doing this so long, I like to go back to the testament of like terroir makes a difference in whiskey now. We're seeing it. And so with these fields that, have grown sweet potatoes for years, that's what brings those butterscotch notes. That's what brings those apricot notes. Because when you taste the sweet potato spirit barrel aged by itself, you get a lot of those dried fruit notes. Okay. And so I think that's where the transition we're starting to see is like you get the traditional rye notes, you get the spice, but the sweetness and those dried fruit flavors are coming out of that.
Oh yeah.
Out of the soil itself.
And I love let this sit on your tongue a bit, right?
Yeah.
The finish on this is like a roller coaster. It's very layered. That sweetness, like you said, comes back. We even got some like dark chocolate notes after letting it sit on your tongue. And that's really impressive.
And I think it all I love it comes together. I think that heavy char on this barrel really not only brings it all together, but also if you are a new rye drinker who's been drinking bourbon, I think this is going to be a really nice step in that direction for you. I think you're going to love it because you still get some of those notes that you're looking for out of a bourbon. So this bottle, obviously you can tell we are ridiculously excited to bring this to you. Again, only going to be available to our Patreon, so please head on over to 21090 and check out our Patreon because this thing probably will not make it out of Patreon. No. Plus, cool new feature on this one that we probably haven't seen before. On every single bottle, there's a little special place for you to wave your phone for some magic to happen. Dave, do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we have this new technology. You're going to be able to wave your phone, the front of your phone, just in front of it. No app needed. It's going to bring up. That are you legal drinking age? You're going to click on it, and it's going to give you all the information about your bottle, where it came from, and then there'll be some special video on some tasting notes. You know, cool technology and also this little tag right here lets us know when you actually crack the bottle.
Pretty cool.
So there's a lot of cool stuff going on, and I think you'll be happy with this technology in the future.
That's awesome. Cutting edge, guys. See that? Cutting edge. So yeah, we encourage you, please head on over to 21090, the Patreon. This is going to fly and will not be the only thing that we're going to be doing with David. We've got some more on the way. Right behind this, we've got an absolutely stunning 8-year hazmat bourbon that you're going to fall in love with, aptly titled Hazmat for Destruction, or no, Appetite for Hazmat. One of those two Guns N' Roses things. We got it right. You know, beer, bourbon, rock and roll here, guys. But we couldn't be happier. David, thank you for flying across the country to be with us. Yes. Guys, more to come, not just with 21090, but check out all the amazing things happening in Atwater, California. David's got some killer stuff going on. If you haven't heard of him yet, you are very, very soon. Cheers. We appreciate you, brother. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Rock on, everybody. Cheers. Cheers.